Welcome, welcome! It's my dog with the Texas Space Navy bringing you another Star Citizen video. And this video is going to be about 313 again. When's it coming? Is it coming soon? TM? Or are we going to have to wait a little while for it? Well, I am on the PTU right now in this video that you're watching. I did a little more experimenting with the constellation, the Andromeda, which you see now, and also the Connie Phoenix Emerald, which I may bring in another video as some major B-roll. There are still issues in 313. We are on patch N, which means they've gone through the whole alphabet all the way up to N at this point, and they're still fixing bugs. Fixing bugs is a good thing, right? But there still are some large bugs present, and they just released the PTU to wave 2. Actually, you know, that pretty much opens to everybody, so everybody can play the PTU, which means they're really close to ironing down a final candidate for release to the live servers. But, big but, they still have big bugs. I'm going to show you a few of them in this particular video, as it's kind of playing straight through without much in the way of editing. I can say they fixed a few bugs, like Microtech. I wasn't super laggy at Microtech. Normally I go to Lorville, and I know they supposedly fixed a bug at Lorville that made things ultra laggy. Now, it's still a bug that's still in existence, but I know that they also, you know, tried to fix that one. Yeah, there's just a lot of fun, big and small bugs. I would like to sit here and go through each and every patch note for you guys, but it's numerous over N amount of patches. The latest patch, they want you to focus on the cave entrances, FPS cave missions, ship-to-ship docking, signed distance field, shield tech, reputation UI, the new quantum sensitive and timed delivery missions, pushables tier 0, mounted guns, force reaction, staggers, cyclone MT, and ship naming. So, the known issues. These are just the ones they know about still that are pretty predominant. Players may get a random crime stat when killing a bounty. Placing a trolley under a large elevator and calling it can damage the ship with colliding. The customizable nameplates do not appear to be visible anywhere on the Carrick expedition. Aesop displays as unable to spawn at this time and could fine the player for spawning a ship with one already on the pad. On landing pads, trolleys are unable to be pushed or pulled up the entryway or cargo ramp or elevator ramps. Docking with or moving ship lags behind, causing a large snap into the docked position. Leaving a trolley in the doorway will clip through the floor erratically and kill or can kill players. Bright or opaque fog volume encompassing the cockpit of ships at Lagrange point near gas clouds. So you just saw the one with the docking or removing a ship from docking, how it snaps largely away. So my Andromeda just completely disappeared when I undocked from it. Now this is kind of an issue here too, the slide on the Merlin. That I should be able to have a little more control over it. I don't know what's causing that exactly, but it was nasty. But yeah, my Andromeda kind of disappeared. Something fun to note is that it doesn't have a marker for it either. And you know, in previous PTU patches, if you got a certain distance away from your Andromeda or your Connie in general, it would despawn. Yeah, just completely disappear. Luckily, it didn't completely despawn, but some weird behavior did happen. A, it doesn't show up as mine anymore, not you know, as a marker. But B, it also powered it completely off, because I left the thing powered on. And I do believe that's going to lead to the next issue I have, is the issue that's the inability to redock with the Constellation. This is actually in worse shape than it was earlier on when the PTU first dropped to Wave 1. I hate to say that, but it is. It's in much worse shape now. At least then, auto-docking was a thing. Like, I couldn't even auto-dock here. And I think part of the problem is because it powered it down and it kind of lost possession. It was no longer my possession. Sorry, I apologize if you hear a cat in the background. I think she thinks she needs a second dinner. So I wasn't able to redock with the Constellation in this Merlin. And I think part of that problem is that it wasn't mine to dock with per se. Now, if there was a second player that was actually on the Connie, they might be able to accept my request for docking. But right now, it would not let me dock manually or automatically. And honestly, I've not gotten manual docking to work at all. Can't even get the dots to come up. I'm just, a monkey doing something with a football here. Sorry for the analogy. It's a joke. But, yeah, it's not working at all. They did fix some tram bugs that were going on at Microtech. They fixed some server crashing. There was a lot of 30Ks going on in the PTU, or quite a few, I should say. I experienced a couple, and they were really, really nasty because you didn't know exactly that was happening the first couple of times. You were just like, okay, why aren't things responding? And it took forever for the game to crash. Yeah, I mean, if you experience that in the PTU now, or when this thing goes to PU, then just know it's probably a 30K. They did really good in 3.12 to get rid of most of the 30Ks. So great kudos to CIG for being able to accomplish that. There's still a lot of work to be done on the netcode side, and I mean, that's the stuff they know. Obviously, docking is not in the best place. The push trolleys, not in a good place either. They're kind of useless at the moment. I mean, they brought in these new features and these new gameplay mechanics, so to speak, but they're not usable at the moment. I don't know why they opened this up to everybody to test, because it seems like it's in a little bit worse state. Maybe they felt like the overall non-30K or lack of 30Ks maybe was the reason, but some of the big things like ship-to-ship docking aren't working. The push-pull, object push-pull. It's working to an extent, but you can't do much with what you can push and pull. So I'm a little worried about this patch, because them releasing it to everybody in the PTU makes me think that they're going to try to get this patch to go live by the weekend. Now, I have seen them draw out PTUs for 2 or 3 weeks, well, 2 weeks at least, for everybody. I've seen that happen before, and I honestly believe that it needs at least another week of work, if not 2, in its current state. If you guys are playing on the PTU right now, maybe you can give me your analysis. Do you agree with that? Do you think it still needs quite a bit of polish? Or do you think that it's ready for prime time? I can tell you right now, I know it's not ready for prime time, but I just kind of feel like they're going to try to get it out by the weekend. That gives them about a month to work on the 3.13.1 patch that we're going to see the Hercules Starlifter and the Nova Tonk. So it gives them about a month to get those things the rest of the way where they want them, and get whatever it is that they're going to do for Fleet Week, Invictus Fleet Week, prepared. So a month to get all of that ready to go. Fleet Week shouldn't be too difficult. I mean, they could just use last year's code and ships and stuff, except for the ships are probably a little bit better done now and much fiercer. They might actually attack players this year a little bit more. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I'm expecting, is this patch going out early and probably too early, and then just saying, oh, we'll fix it in a month, and then bring out the Invictus patch that comes with the Hercules and the Tonk. What do you guys think? Let me know down below if you kind of agree with that, or if you have a different idea on what they're going to do with this patch. So we're all the way in N, and it's still not fixed all the issues. I would say do your due diligence. Report any and all issues you see, no matter how big or small, because at this stage of the game, there's so much code in this game, even the little stuff can make a big difference. So make sure you report it to the Issue Council on the Robert Space Industries website. If you've got video footage, even better. They will definitely take a look at that and hopefully get to those issues that you find. I do want to say thank you to everybody who's been tuning into my videos lately. You guys rock. Make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Also, if you want to contribute to the channel, check out my Patreon and YouTube members in the description down below. And if you want to join this game, check out the referrals down below as well. Thank you once again. I'm Mud Dog with the Texas Space Navy, and I'll see you out in the verse.